Hello gremlins, welcome to the vlog. We are in a very random room in my house. This is our downstairs bathroom and I'm starting the vlog here because Krista has tasked me with a DIY project, but since this is a reading vlog, I thought I would present the fact that one, I'm wearing a Twilight shirt, and two, the reason I'm wearing said Twilight shirt is because I am reading the first book in the, I think it's called the Written in the Stars series by Alexandria Bellefleur. I read Count Your Lucky Stars during Pride because you can technically read them without reading the other books, but I checked out the first two because I liked Count Your Lucky Stars. So I've Written in the Stars and Hang the Moon. There's so much random. This is like a storage room and a bathroom. Yeah, Hang the Moon. So I'm reading Written in the Stars right now. And Written in the Stars follows Darcy and Elle. So Elle works on the dating app. It's not called Written in the Stars. What is it called? What is her dating app called? She works on, I'm not gonna remember right now, but she works on a dating app, not a dating app. She works for an astrology app. Like, it's her app. She and her friend do it. You've actually met her best friend. She was in Count Your Lucky Stars. There is a hair in my eye. Oh my goodness, this opening is wild. But we met her best friend. They work on it together, and it's like, it might be called like Written in the Stars or something like that, but it's their astrology app. And OTP, a dating app, which is run by Darcy's brother, Brendan, has like worked out a contract with them so they'll work together to do like what he thinks will be the perfect dating app. It is so hot back here. I'm so sweaty. But he sets up Darcy and Elle because he's obsessed with setting his sister up, because he's like, I want you to find true love. Can you just like date people? Because she's had like a failed engagement, we learn. So they go on a date. Darcy and Elle's date is horrible, but then Darcy wants her brother to leave her alone. So she basically is like, we really hit it off. I love her, I guess. And so the two of them are now fake dating. So there's a whole fake dating book set around the holidays. I think Thanksgiving is the first one we're gonna get. I'm not super far. They're just now kind of figuring out how they're gonna work this fake dating situation, because I was like, I don't wanna lie to your brother. He and I have a business agreement together. And she's like, I also don't like lying to my brother, but I need him to leave me alone for like 2 months because he keeps setting me up on dates and wanting me to go speed dating, and I hate it. So the two of them are fake dating, but Darcy definitely has feelings for Elle, and Elle is like, I swear there was some kind of spark. I felt it, but like, she was terrible to me. So I'm very curious to see how this goes, because I have read the third one, so I know some stuff already. Not a lot of stuff, I know a little stuff, but I'm enjoying it so far. I'm truly not very far. But the reason I'm in this room is I'm tasked with painting this. This trim. Sorry, the lighting is wild. You can also see all the storage stuff we have behind me. Krista helped me tape because I'm not very good at it. But I'm tasked with painting all of it. It is not gonna focus at all. This champagne gold color. Let's see if it'll focus at all. There you go. So yeah, I'm tasked with painting all of this. All the wood. All of the wood that's not this cabinet. This color. I have paintbrushes. They're over here by the toilet. I will not be reading. I'm gonna set up the iPad and I'm gonna drink this hard Baja Blast while I paint. And I'm gonna show you it when I'm done, because setting you up in here will be a nightmare. So yeah, I will fill you in on the painting and hopefully the end of this book sometime this weekend, maybe. But the painting will be done much sooner. So I'm gonna let you go, gremlins. Behold the shirt and all of this nonsense behind me. But I'm gonna get to painting and I will update you when that is done. Ta-da! Ignore the smudges on the wall because Krista is painting the walls, so she said not to worry about them, but it matches the sink. Look at that. Look at that. Krista also painted some of this because it was too hot to do what she was planning to do. So she helped me paint a little, and then she did some touch-ups up here for me. But yeah, so we got it done. Hi, look at me. But yeah, so I guess I'll just talk to the mirror. Yeah, that's it for tonight. I might read a little later. We were just watching Bob's while we were waiting for stuff to dry. So yeah, but I'm gonna go for now. I will talk to you tomorrow, either about the book or what we're doing. We have some plans tomorrow. And we have my hair is doing weird things. We have stuff for Krista's parents' birthdays. They're really close together, so we're doing a thing with them. And then what else are we doing? We have our standard Sunday morning stuff, so please ignore all the junk behind me. I'm gonna go. I will talk to you tomorrow. Also, my Baja Blast was pretty good, but I want to try the Code Red one really bad because they got rid of Diet Code Red a long time ago, and I've missed it. And this is Code Red Zero. So anyway, I will talk to you later, gremlins. Good morning, gremlins. It is cooler today, so I'm wearing my By Pride self-made tie-dye. This is an ancient shirt. I don't even think you can buy it anymore, but it didn't used to be tie-dyed. I actually almost ruined it in the wash ages ago, and I salvaged it by tie-dyeing it by Pride Colors to hide the fact that a pair of red pants leached dye all over them. But this is not about my shirt, though it is lovely. Please take a moment, appreciate. Anyway, I am here because it is before work, and I'm about halfway through Written in the Stars. This is very fun. I don't want to compare them, but this couple has like instant chemistry, and that does happen in Count Your Lucky Stars. So the relationship dynamic is similar in that there's like a lot of like immediate stuff, but in Count Your Lucky Stars, the premise of that one is that one of the women is having like the worst day of her absolute life, and there's a lot of like crappy things that happen to her throughout, but she like winds up living with, I think it's Maggie. Margot. It's Margot. She's in this. Winds up living with Margot. So like that sets off, but it's also like that one has like a what is it? Like second chance romance. That one's second chance romance because they had met before. These two have not met. So Elle and Darcy, prior to the disastrous first date I mentioned, had never met each other. But Elle is connected to Darcy's brother because of the business transaction that's going on with Oh My Stars. That's the name of the astrology stuff. It's not an app, so I was a touch confused. Oh My Stars is like a service and will eventually be a book according to this. So Elle works on that with Margot, and then Darcy is an actuary. She has explained what an actuary is. Oh my gosh, my camera is dying. I knew I needed to charge it. But this is fun. They went on an adorable double date with Brandon and his not girlfriend that involved an escape room and bar trivia and was delightful. There has been a kiss. This is all very Christmassy, holiday themed. They bought some fun, ugly Christmas sweaters, and we're about to do Thanksgiving with Elle's family, and I'm very excited for that. This is about to die. But I'm really, really enjoying this. There's a ton of tension between the two of them. They're very, very into each other, and I love it. So I'm hoping to finish this today because I really need to get to the library. Also, I'm having this goofy coffee concoction in my Care Bear cup because it seems gay, and I love Cheer Bear. I do. I'll talk about this more later, possibly, who knows. But I do need to go and charge my battery, I guess. But I am loving Written in the Stars. And I will update you when I finish it at this point. Hello, gremlins. My battery's actually charged now. So it is right at the end of my lunch break, like right at the end, so I gotta be quick. But I finished Written in the Stars. So this is very steamy, incredibly steamy. I feel like a lot of these books are very steamy. I don't know about book 2, but 3 was also steamy. There's a lot that happens. There are a lot of encounters. There is a third act breakup, and it is resolved pretty quickly, but there is a third act breakup in this one, and this is the only book in the series, I believe, that doesn't have an epilogue, which kind of makes sense because they're in the other books. So their epilogue kind of is in the third book, but also the third book is in part an epilogue of the second book, and I won't get into how, but like events are revealed farther down the line that have to do with like all of these characters. So I would say the third book is its own story, but also could be seen as like an extension of the epilogues or an actual epilogue for the earlier books, which is very common for a series. So I will say I know things already from reading the third book because I read these out of order, but this was very, very fun. I liked both of the characters. It gets into a lot of emotional growth and dealing with different aspects of like family drama and having to put other people first or not feeling like you're being heard or understood. And I really enjoyed this. There are some very sweet Christmassy moments. We don't actually get Christmas in this. we don't make it that far. They discuss Christmas, some Christmas stuff happens, but we don't actually get Christmas Day, which I think is fine because we've already gotten some stuff. But this was very, very sweet. There is something in this that is mentioned in the third book. So keep that in mind if you also wind up reading these out of order, or if you're reading them in order, something in this comes back in book 3. But this is very good. I am now moving on to Hang the Moon, which follows a character, I'm gonna focus, there we go, which follows Brendan, who is a key character in the first book, and a character named Annie, who is introduced in this book as well, or in Written in the Stars. So Annie is, oh gosh, I should look at this. Yeah, so Brendan, I'm not going to read this whole back because the back is pretty long. So Brendan, this guy, over here. Brendan runs OTP, the dating app that Oh My Stars winds up working with. So he is a hopeless romantic. He wants to fall in love, he wants to find his perfect person, but that's been really hard. There is a tease that he previously thought he was in love with a girl named Annie who was his sister's friend, but that was a very long time ago, and that is discussed. Now see, Annie is right here. So Annie winds up coming to, where are they at? Is it just Seattle? Yeah, to Seattle. So Annie's in Seattle and the two of them are going to meet up again, and she has sworn off dating. And so Brendan decides he's going to like super woo her, like show her that she should be dating. But from what I can tell on this, let's see. Yeah, he is determined to prove that romance is real using his favorite rom-coms. So I think the idea of this is just to make her want to date again. It's not specifically to have like the two of them fall in love, but this is a romance novel and they're on the cover. So I mean, that's probably what's gonna happen. Now, I do not remember, I was on her Instagram that like did a breakdown of all the characters, and I cannot remember if both of these characters are bi. Let me just look it up. That'll be quicker than just guessing. And you can stand me on my phone for 2 seconds, right? Right. Also, the lighting is gonna get goofy because my window's open. So let's do. I was just on this. Come on. There are too many people. There she is. All right. It was like a quick guide to books. Great. Here we go. So this is geared as contemporary rom-com with a queer male-female romance, with the bisexual character being the female main character, best friend's younger brother, and love letter to Seattle and classic rom-coms. I thought it was that Annie was queer, but I wasn't 100% sure. So there you go. So you know, I just could not remember. I couldn't remember if it was bi for bi or if it was like only one of them was bi. I truly could not remember. So Annie is bi. Which means Annie can date whoever she likes. This is not bisexual erasure. Just throwing that out there because I feel like some people get upset when it's a bisexual female character and she gets with a guy, but also she's bisexual and can get with whoever she wants. I just wanted to point that out. So not bisexual erasure. She can be bi and married to a guy. I'm bi and married to a woman. So just throwing that out there for you. But I already know how this winds up because I've read the 3rd book, but I am curious to see how this goes, especially with all the rom-com references, which I will probably have to run by my wife, who watches way more rom-coms than me. I did not watch them until more like, and basically until I started dating my wife. I didn't really watch a lot of them, so we shall see. But I gotta go. I am going to start this evening, maybe. Krista and I are actually doing a date night after work, so we're gonna pick up food. Sorry, I'm putting my bookmark in here. There we go. We are going to do like a date night at home. So we're gonna run out, drop some stuff off. We had planned to eat at a certain restaurant over the weekend and that didn't happen. So we're gonna pick up the food while we're out and eat it at home so that we can have like a little bit of wine, because we have this like fun bottle of wine. Yes, very cool tiny car. Just like sped by, and it's not like a sports car, it's like a really tiny SUV. Anyway, we're gonna do date night at home. So we'll probably watch a movie or something. I'm not really going to show you that because we'll probably put on cozy clothes, eat. So I don't particularly want to film all of that because we'll just be cozy and eating food. So I'm just letting you know that's what we're doing. So I don't know that I'll be able to read much tonight, but I should be able to read some tomorrow morning before work and during my lunch break again. And yeah, so I'm going to go. I will probably not talk to you until tomorrow. Probably. I'm going with probably not till tomorrow morning. So yeah, I will talk to you later, gremlins, when I have possibly a book update for you. Hello, gremlins. I thought I would give you like a slightly different angle. I'm gonna scoot this way. Like that. There we go. So yes, we're still in my office, but I'm sitting on the floor. Oh, my hair's doing its own thing. So our date night yesterday was very nice. We had Texas Roadhouse. We were supposed to go over the weekend for like a dinner thing, and that didn't happen, but we both still wanted steak, so we had that last night, and we really just watched a bunch of YouTube, so we didn't watch anything in particular yesterday. Then what else? That I feel like that was really yesterday. It was really nice. We just relaxed after randomly running to TJ Maxx. So the food took longer than we thought. They're super busy. So we went to TJ Maxx and walked around, and I actually bought a book, which was surprising. They had this, Hannah Hart's My Drunk Kitchen Holidays from 2019 for $6. And I bought it because I have all of Hannah Hart's other books. I didn't know this one existed. They also had the Nerdy Nummies cookbook. Like I sent my sister a text and I was like, are the early 2010s having a resurgence or something? Like it was just so odd. But I am excited to check this out because it looks like it has fun stuff in it. There's even some like cat and dog recipes in here, but I got this. I looked at a ton of Halloween decor and I got this because I don't really need more Halloween decor. So I am curious about this. I don't know that it'll be in, it might show up in an actual vlog, but it just, I got it because I felt like I needed to have it, and Krista even was like, I used to watch her all the time, we should get it. So we have this new cookbook. On top of that, I was gonna tell you about a show we watched that we actually finished right when I started this video, and I meant to tell you about it. So we watched Fellow Travelers, and I will say it is on Paramount, but it's tricky. So Paramount itself has done some very interesting things. They've basically bought up as many companies as they can, and they recently just paid a crap ton of money, basically a bribe, to buy more things. So a couple of years ago, they bought Showtime. Like Showtime, the channel, and Showtime, the streaming service, are now part of the Paramount family. The problem here is Paramount does a large number of gay programming. Like that is kind of their bread and butter. They did the L Word, they did L Word Generation Q. They consistently have done queer content or been the production company slash channel behind that. So it's frustrating because it's Showtime under Paramount, and you can't get Showtime independently anymore, but it is still called Showtime. It's so bizarre, but it's not, you can't watch it anywhere else. So we started watching Fellow Travelers before I even knew about this, but I just thought I would bring it up because it's annoying, because I want to support queer content, and the issue here is that the queer content was purchased by a conglomerate that is still calling it Showtime, but you cannot watch it on a separate app, which I think is annoying. But anyway, I don't have control over this. But we watched Fellow Travelers, and it stars Matt Bomer. I don't know that I know how to say his last name correctly. And Jonathan Bailey. Jonathan Bailey, you will recognize, kind of. He actually is not as recognizable in this, but he's Fiyero from the Wicked movies. Well, movie so far, but you already know the second one is coming out in November. And that new Jurassic Park movie. And they play Hawk and Tim, respectively, who are men. One is established, so Hawk, played by Bomer. He is an established person who works in DC, and this is in 1952 initially, and then we move through time. But 1952 is the height of McCarthyism, which is the Red Scare and the Lavender Scare. So if you weren't aware, the Lavender Scare was a period of time in Hollywood as well as in politics, where they were trying to root out subversive behavior, and you would get a letter, according to the show, and then you'd be interviewed, and you would typically be let go. They would find a way to fire you for being gay. And so this would happen to men and women. They would kind of target people, and in this we're following these two men who have met and are having a relationship. Hawk is also trying to kind of cover his tracks. He has gotten kind of good at that over the years in DC, and so they're together, but also they definitely cannot be seen as together in any sense of the word. So he and Tim have this relationship where it's very tumultuous, because Hawk is like, I can't like be with you, like we can get together and like do the deed, but we're not dating, like we can't do that. So the problem is they are falling for each other. So we're following them through a course of a number of years. We get a lot of highlights of gay-centered history. So you move through time, we get the AIDS crisis, the assassination of Harvey Milk. there is a large discussion on the AIDS HIV pandemic. I'm gonna call it that. Epidemic. I think it's epidemic and not pandemic. Anyway, we focus on that for a large part of the story because we are moving between, at the start of it, we're moving between 1952 and like 1982-ish. And then we get more things in the middle. We also get like Fire Island, and that's introduced as something. Now, again, it is primarily white gay men that we're seeing, but there are plot lines specific to a reporter and his, I don't know that it's ever stated in the show, and my sister and I were talking about because she suggested this show, and there is a character who's introduced who's either trans or non-binary, and we're not sure because they never like use those words. They are male presenting sometimes, but typically are referred to by she, her pronouns. So I'm not, it's also in the 80s, and I'm not sure. They refer to themselves as a lay girl at a certain point as part of like a show because they perform as a woman at a cabaret and in like a touring show. So I don't know. So I don't want to identify that person incorrectly, but that plot is interesting. And there is a discussion of race as well because the reporter is a black man, and so we get some of that in there, so it's not completely just Tim and Hawk. It is based on a novel, which surprised me, but it was really good. It's very sad, but it is very, very good. And while I am reticent to suggest a thing you'd have to watch on Paramount, you might be able to find it somewhere else. Showtime is odd, so sometimes because of this buyout, their shows will show up for purchase somewhere else. So I don't know if Fellow Travelers could be purchased outside of the Paramount streaming app. But I'm just letting you know that it exists because it is very good content, and it bothers me because there is a great deal of queer media in the Paramount streaming app because of the Showtime buyout that happened a while ago. So I'm just like, serious. Oddly enough though, Generation Q is not on there. The L Word like series that was made as kind of a reboot, it is only available for purchase. You can only buy it, and only on Amazon because of weird streaming things. I don't even know, but that's what I want to tell you. I want to tell you about that. I would have told you about that regardless of the theme of this video, but because I am reading queer romance, I felt like it was very pertinent that you know about it. What else? Oh, I am 100-ish pages into Hang the Moon. It is fun. I feel like I said that about the first one. This one is a little different because Annie is so anti-relationships right now, but Brendan is trying to plan dates, even though he technically was like, oh, I'm not trying to get with her. Totally trying to get with her. There's no way he's not. And I said that when I was reading the description. He's liked her since he was a kid. So, and they're only 2 years apart. So I'm just like, he wants to get with her. And there was a scene that kind of cemented that, and I was like, We have gotten, so everything is supposed to be something from a rom-com. So like, they've been on a Ferris wheel. There's been karaoke. That's kind of it so far. They've done a few other like casual things, but also there's a gum wall in Seattle that sounds absolutely disgusting, and I never went to see it. I'm not looking up pictures. I don't want to know about it. It just seems gross. Sorry Seattle, I'm sure people love it, but there's a gum wall in Bob's, and that's animated, and I thought that was gross. But it is in the same vein as the other book, so it is following kind of the same pacing. There has been kind of a steamy-ish moment, but not like a full-on event, if you will. So I am very curious to see how this goes. I do plan to finish this today. I have a little bit of time before work, and I should have time at lunch to read. Krista also has court, but I have some stuff I have to do after work, so I don't know if that's gonna happen. But I am very, very curious. Oh, my necklace was weird. Sorry, I just noticed. So I am curious to see how this goes because I know what happens in the third book, which I mentioned before. So I'm just like, how does this one shake out then? So I will be reading more of this and updating you. Also, random thing. I had a gift card. I still kind of have a gift card. But I bought the Wednesday season 1 novelization because the new season is coming out, and American Girl announced they're doing a Wednesday doll, and I don't need the doll. I would just like the thing. Like, you can get an American Girl thing that comes with her. The doll is $300 and you can't buy the accessory separately from what I can tell, but maybe someone will sell them at some point, or they'll change their mind and sell them. But that's going to be, I think, its own vlog at some point, because of the new season coming out, and also a bunch of other stuff is happening, like, to promote it. So I might be doing a Wednesday vlog. I don't know, it would be very short. It'd be like a mini vlog. But yeah, I am going to go though. I want to have a little bit of time to read, so I will talk to you probably when I finish Hang the Moon. Maybe before that, but probably not until I finish this. So I will talk to you at some point today, gremlins. Hello, gremlins. It is the end of my lunch break and I have managed to finish Hang the Moon. This got very emotional in parts of it. I was correct though. It did get very steamy, much like the other books in this series. So the epilogue of this slightly surprised me. So we have a lot of Annie second guessing what she should do because she has a job, but she doesn't really like her job, and she's taken a position outside of the country, and she's like, do I really want to do this job? Like, do I even like what it, because she doesn't really like what she does. So there's a lot of her questioning like decisions she has made, and then trying to see if she can like figure out if she should be with Brendan, if she can be with Brendan, if being with Brendan would even work. So that's really interesting. We do see Brendan really embracing the like rom-com-y tropes, which is very cute. And their relationship is pretty fast-paced. I will say all of the books, the romance is pretty fast-paced, and the characters do acknowledge that, which I appreciate. So that is interesting. I liked seeing characters again, and this does have a good setup for the third the third book that I again have already read, so I already know what happens, I already know what's going on here. But the epilogue of this is very cute and involves Disney, which there's a reference to Disney. Did not expect it to happen, and yet Disney is mentioned. So this was very sweet, very in line with the other books. We do get a moment where Annie does say to Elle that she is bi. They have like a whole conversation while they are thrift shopping. So it is mentioned in the book. I just hadn't gotten there yet when I was letting you know. So this was cute. I like their relationship. I, again, will say I have already talked about the third one. So if you watch that video, I think I tell you who's getting married in that one. So you can guess, based on the 2 books I've read, who's getting married. But we're moving on to the next one, which is not a library book. So I actually have 2 queer romances I picked up from the Long Story Short mobile bookstore, and they are like a local to the North Country. So if I ever mention that, North Country is like very far north New York, and it's used a lot because it's sometimes just like a number of counties are considered North Country. So just a lot of places use that name, or they refer to themselves as like part of the North Country. So it's a North Country kind of traveling bookstore, and it's very fun. I had no idea it existed until I saw it at a car show where I picked up a mystery book, like a blind date with a book, and that was We Love to Entertain, which I read during Summerween, and I actually really enjoyed that one. So the last time we saw them, because they're doing this bingo where if you see them and then you buy something at certain events over the summer, then you can mark off a bingo board and you get like a certain % off your next purchase. And I lost my original bingo card because I'm a dope. I put it in something and then I forgot where it was. But I have an existing one, and when I was there the last time I was like, oh, I brought, like, I need a new bingo board, and she was like, oh, I remember you, totally no problem. And while I was looking around, I didn't realize this, but she had queer romance. Not a lot, it is predominantly straight romance in the the little mobile book thing, but she did have some queer romance. And so one of them is Keep This Off the Record. I'm not going to tell you what the other one is, but she and I actually chatted about the other one. So when I start that one, I'll get into that more. But Keep This Off the Record apparently has a sequel already announced. So there is a mention in the, there's a trigger warning section at the beginning, and it mentions that there will be Keep This Off the Books, which will be a different character's point of view of the events in this book. But this is, so it says a character named, I thought it said Margot. She's not listed. It doesn't super matter. I'm just gonna let you know that there's apparently a sequel that's coming out in October. called Keep This Off the Books, but this is Keep This Off the Record, and I'm just gonna read you the back. So, oh, Ashley Herring-Blake blurbed this. I love her stuff. Anyway, Abigail Mayer and Freya Johnson can't stand one another, but could their severe hatred be masking something else entirely? From the moment they locked eyes in high school, Abby and Freya have been at each other's throats. 15 years later, when Abby and Freya cross paths again, their old rivalry doesn't take more than a few minutes to begin anew. And now, Naomi, Abby's best friend, is falling for Freya's producer and close pal, Will. Both women are thrilled to see their friends in a happy relationship, except they are now only a few degrees of separation from the person they claim to despise, and they can't seem to avoid seeing one another. After their encounters repeatedly devolve into warfare, Abby and Freya's friends decide their age-old rivalry can only mean one thing: true love. Will their friends bring them together, or will Freya's refusal to admit who she is keep them from discovering their underlying passion? Keep This Off the Record is a fun and fresh LGBTQ+ story about the freedom to be who you are, even if that means falling for the person you hate. Oh, Abby Jimenez also blurbed this. I haven't read any of Abby Jimenez's stuff, but also blurbed. But yes, so I'm very excited about this. It does say on the inside, like as soon as you open the book, that it's a Much Ado About Nothing retelling. So have I read Much Ado About Nothing? I feel like I've read / watched Much Ado About Nothing retellings. I am not sure I've actually read the actual like play. I think I said actual twice. That was weird. But I'm curious to read this. I am very much a fan of enemies to lovers. I think it's fun. So I know I've said fun and cute and cool a lot, but romance for me, if I'm enjoying it, I normally am just kind of like, oh, this is fun. So I will be reading this one, and then yeah. So I'll be reading the 2 books from the Long Story Short mobile bookstore next. And actually I'm hoping to see them this weekend, but I may be done with this vlog before then. We shall see. I could stretch it because I think we should be able to see them on Saturday, and it would be fun since I'm reading books from that, but we'll just see because it is only Tuesday and I'm kind of moving through these pretty quickly, though this one might take me a little longer. I don't know. We shall see. But yeah, if not, you'll get to see the Long Story Short book mobile bookstore. I said that so many times in the next vlog, if not in this one. But yeah, so I will talk to you later, gremlins, when I have book updates. I have a bunch of stuff to do after work around the house while Krista is at court, so I'll be working on that, so I probably won't film. It's a lot of tearing down boxes and getting recycling out, so not super exciting for you. So yeah, but I will talk to you when I have some updates. Hello vlog. I did not expect to speak to you this soon, gremlins, but Krista over here has brought me to the library. I know I said that weird, but I have the 2 books to return, and I have a couple books to pick up for a different thing I'm doing. But yes, so you get to see the library and my favorite library lion. I feel bad that I have a favorite, but only one of them has teeth, though admittedly the poor one that I like only has 2 out of the 4 canine teeth he's supposed to have. But yes, so you'll get to come to the library very briefly, show you a little bit of the historical areas of the library, which are very fun. Ooh, interesting. And then we're gonna figure out dinner because we're out, so we'll probably just pick up something quick. Yes, so come enjoy some library time with me. Also, if you haven't seen it yet, I'm wearing this fun shirt with a raccoon on it that says "Stay Trashy" because it makes me think of Binks, our very annoying giant cat who really pissed off Goose today. They were fighting, like yelling at each other, fighting, not even like swatting at each other, just like there's a lot of hissing. But library time. See you inside, gremlins, or on the way to inside. Library lions. That one's my favorite. He's very cute, but again, no teeth. And that's the fun door. This entrance is only open when it is like nice. If it's really rainy, they close it because the marble is slippery. Say hello to the lion. I think he has a name. I should ask. But headed inside. Gotta turn the camera off for a sec because of patrons. Astrology. Because astrology book. Let's see. No one's around, but we're gonna talk quietly. Fancy historic room. I like that room, but we're not going in there. I love this guy. He's so silly. He doesn't work anymore though. Okay, I'm gonna go get my books. Oh wait, I might show you one more room. Hold on. The red room has cool wallpaper. I think it's called the Napoleon room because you know, a lot of Napoleons, many Napoleons, hell of a lot of Napoleons. Okay, now I'm gonna go get my books. We stopped into Walmart and there's like a crap ton of Like, I haven't even seen these. But like, they have all the summer wing stuff, including this like flamingo with bat wings, skeleton and an inflatable, a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. We're gonna move quick because there are people. They're not nearby. But yeah, like loads of stuff. So, okay, these are skeleton ducks. Regular skeletons. More skeleton ducks. In various colors. This one's kind of cute. Pumpkins. These are regular carpal watermelons. Then these. Then all of this stuff. And then this is the one that looks like a pumpkin. But also there is a carvable watermelon. Which is baffling to me. Then like this. I did actually get the watermelon beach ball for the dogs. There you go. Fun and exciting stuffs in this random section. Also, there are some Halloween candies, but this is so bizarre. These ones are kind of cute. All right, gotta go grab the handful of groceries we need. So I'll talk to you later, gremlins. Hello, gremlins. It is right before work, and I have a very gay coffee cup. It says Cheers Squares. And I'm having blueberry coffee that Krista got for me. Yes, I am drinking hot coffee. It is not a bajillion degrees today, so I'm surviving. It's so hot though, I just made this. I'm also wearing my Yay for Gay shirt because I am slightly reading. Keep this off the record. I read a teeny tiny bit before I started filming this morning. So we have met Abby and Freya, and I read you that description, so you already know that they were like not friends in high school at all. So this kickstarts at a reunion, which I believe is on the back. Do they even mention it? Yeah, they don't mention. So they meet because so Naomi and Will, the two characters that are like bringing these two together more frequently, meet at the reunion for the school Naomi, Abby, and Freya went to. There is an event with a drink being thrown, and then we are sort of released into everyone's lives after that. Like, just their comings and goings in everyday life. We learn that Freya is a huge, like, creator who is, like, a news person. Like, she does large-scale productions that are, like, interviews, big news stories. She's written a book. And so far, we don't know as much about Abby. I'm really not that far in. We just know Abby lives with Naomi and has a number of friends. We have met her sister. We have met another close friend named, let me double check the name because literally, Riley, that's what I thought. And Riley is a college friend of Abby. And then Rebecca, or Becca, is Abby's sister, and she is a Dutch boy crazy, even though she is an adult. And then, yeah, I think that's all like for cast of characters. So again, I did mention this is a Much Ado About Nothing retelling, and I finally remembered what I have seen that was a Much Ado About Nothing retelling. It's Anyone But You. It's the Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney movie. That is based loosely on Much Ado About Nothing. There eventually has to be a wedding, and then it's the events of the wedding that push the characters together. And also, this makes a lot of sense. So Ashley Herring Blake blurbed the back, and I had mentioned that because I was very excited about it. Iris Kelly Doesn't Date involves a queer production of Much Ado About Nothing, where Stevie and Iris, who are the romantic leads, are playing Benedict and Beatrice, who are the two characters who fall in love ultimately, even though they do not like each other. So that is Freya and Abby, I believe, are Benedict and Beatrice. So I have a knowledge of what's going on because Iris Kelly Doesn't Date really explained the play in a lot of detail, so you like understood what was going on while they were doing rehearsals and reading lines and all that stuff. So that helps. And I did like Anyone But You. I think that's the name of the movie. I looked at it very briefly last night while we were watching The Hunting Wives, which is apparently based on a book. But I don't know that I'll need to read the book. I might read the book. I don't know. But it is wild. It's on Netflix. We somehow watched the entire thing last night. Brittany Snow plays a woman from Boston who moves to Texas and then becomes involved with a woman named Margot in a variety of ways, and then there's a murder. Like, it's a lot of things. But it was a wild as heck time. So we watched all of that yesterday. It was not what I expected. And then also, bafflingly, I was like, what is happening? So yeah. It got renewed already, I guess, so there's gonna be a second season, and that's all I will say. It just was a wild as heck time. So I didn't really read anything yesterday. That's why I was like, oh, I read a little this morning while I was like, I had the time before work started, and then I was like, oh, I should probably film a clip to like explain that I've started it. So the plan is to read more of that today. Krista does have court, so I'll probably read this evening, possibly a little at lunch. We shall see. I am liking it so far, but I think I'll like it more once all the characters are together because, oh, I'm gonna cough. Nope, maybe we're good. Yes. So right now we're very like Freya and Freya's job and being around Will. Will is her like associate, or is her producer. Then we're with Abby and then Abby's friends and her sister. But I am curious to see them all like mixed together. The other aspect that is interesting in this is Abby and Naomi are Jewish, and there's a lot of discussion of the evolution of their Judaism and how they relate to being Jewish. So that's been interesting to read just in general, outside of the romance plot. So again, very curious to see how this goes. I will update you when I can. I do not know if I will finish this today. Probably not. And then I have another book after this, so I think, fingers crossed. Actually, it wouldn't even really be fingers crossed. I think I will bring this video into Saturday so you can see the Hot Air Balloon Festival and the bookstore that I got the 2 books that I'm finishing this vlog with. So this might be kind of a long vlog because there have been a few books, and then I'm also kind of stretching it a bit. So I have plenty of time. So I will talk to you, because I need a sip of coffee and I do need to cough. I will talk to you when I have a book update, Gremlins, but I will continue wearing this very gay outfit. I'm also wearing rainbow shorts. So talk to you later, Gremlins. Hello, this is a super quick update on the book because there were two things I forgot to mention. Well, one I just realized. So Abby is a therapist. So I don't know if I just like missed her saying what her job was, but they presented that she is a therapist. So Abby, therapist. There you go. The goofy thing that I meant to include in my other clip is, for some bizarre reason, I do not know why, the author chose to write Doctor Who, the beloved television program, as Dr. Who. You never spell it like that. Doctor always has to be spelled out because he's the doctor. So like, you always spell it out. Like you don't abbreviate it. Ever. Like, actually, maybe you can see. Yeah, okay, so I have, please ignore some of the books on the shelves. This is a random shelf, but like, this is a Doctor Who shelf, primarily. And you can see some stuff that is older and were gifts, and I'm not getting rid of them, even though the author is, not a good person. So, focus. See, Doctor Who. All of the books, all of the merch up here, Doctor Who. You don't abbreviate it. It's a thing. Like, I have fallen out of watching Doctor Who, not intentionally. I just like didn't have BBC America for a while and then tried to catch up, and it was a whole thing. So I'm behind. But like, I know enough from my time briefly in the fandom that you don't abbreviate it. So like, seeing it was very jarring. And no, if you don't watch it, I would understand. But also, quick Google search would tell you you can't abbreviate it. Like, people don't like it. And also, it's not accurate because like, he's the doctor. Like, Doctor Who is the name of the show, but he is the doctor, and his name is not the Dr. period. Anyway, just a tiny nitpick. I needed to tell you because I was like, I don't know what Abby does. Abby's a therapist. She has her own like therapy location now. They discuss it. The timeline of this book is wild though, because I was able to like go through a couple more chapters, not a lot, just like a couple, and it is very accelerated. So we've jumped months ahead, which does make sense because they have to get to the wedding, because the wedding is on the front cover. But I was like, oh, this is moving at a breakneck speed. So timeline is very, very quick, but they do have to get to the wedding, so I do understand. But I need to go. I just need to tell you those things. And then I was like, oh my gosh. Because like, a book is edited and researched. So I'm just like, what person missed that you can't abbreviate that? Because I immediately would be like, no, that can't happen. You have to spell that out. But I must go. I will talk to you when I have actual like solid updates. That's just what I have real fast. So I'll talk to you later, gremlins. I actually may finish this today, possibly. not anytime soon today, but maybe I'll be able to finish it tonight. We shall see. All right, talk to you later, gremlins. Hello, I am very sweaty, very hot. I'm giving you a very quick update because yay, we got Salem to the vet clinic. So she went to the vet clinic and so did Goose. Goose got a couple additional shots because I completely forgot to think about the fact that she needed some yearly stuff. So they took care of all of that for Goose. And then Salem got the meds she needed, which were way easier for them to give her than us because apparently you had to use, like, it was an actual pill and I've never given one of our cats a pill. So she got situated and then we were like, is she good? Do we need to quarantine her? And they're like, oh no, she's fine. You can let her loose in the house. Apparently when a cat gets tapeworm, you can only catch it if you eat the host. You can't actually catch it just like from another being. So they're like, no, she's fine. You can let her out. So we did learn that we were wrong. So I kept saying it was the fly. Apparently she either ate a flea or a mouse. Really hoping it was a flea. They don't have fleas. Like we check the cats really religiously, but like a flea could have come in. I would like to think a mouse did not also attempt to come into our house. We have an unfinished basement, so it's possible, but I'm trying to pretend it was a flea. But they did do like a full check because they were like, sometimes it's fleas, we're just gonna check her for fleas, and they brushed her out and they're like, no, she's totally fine. She needs brushing, but she's fine. She sheds so much and we like try and brush her, but she's not a fan. So like she gets brushed periodically, but with this going on, I was like, I'm not adding additional things. So she's fine, it's all good. So she will be fine. She got the meds in her and they said it'll just pass. So she'll just probably feel a little they didn't say this, but I'm very sure she'll feel a little nauseous because that's normally what happens. But Salem is all good. So yeah, I am home. I really just wanted to give you that quick update. I've not read anything. I'm gonna read while Krista is at court. Krista also grabbed some lunch for us because I had to go back sooner than her. So I have lunch. I need to eat it at some point, and I have some water because I'm really hot. I actually think I need to change clothes because I'm just like so hot. I love this shirt and I want to wear it because I was reading triple sec, but I am just like sweating so much that I can't. I can't. I truly cannot. So I am gonna change and to something cooler for my office. So yeah, and then I will see you the rest of my work day and at some point eat this food because I need to eat it. So yeah, I will talk to you later when I have a book update for sure. I just want to let you know that Salem is taken care of. And I have to call the other vet clinic. Oh my gosh, I gotta do that. Okay, I gotta go. But I want to give you the update. Salem will be fine. Goose is all set for a little while with her shots. So yeah, I will talk to you later, gremlins, in a completely different outfit that I'm hopefully cooler in. And after other things. So, talk to you later, gremlins. It's been a crazy day. Hello, gremlins. This is attempt number 2 because the memory card I have in here just decided to say it wasn't working. It's very strange because it has been working. I don't know, maybe the temperature, maybe it's how I'm holding it, maybe I hit something, I don't know. I'm hot, I'm tired, and it's after work. I gave you the quick cat update, and I did change. I'm wearing my pajama shirt and some shorts, and I'm in the bedroom because Krista told Goose that I would eat the dinner she picked up for me in here. There's this whole thing. She picked up fish fry because she's going to court and someone at the courthouse asked if she also, I have fried fish. Is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm so tired and my brain is all over because I feel like I'm just like partially overheated. I probably need to be drinking more water and it's just been kind of stressful with like knowing Salem wasn't feeling well. She's fine now. She's bopping around the house because they said she could be loose. So yeah, so I'm just updating you. I do have a book update though. I have read some of Triple Sec. I am loving this so far, though I think I have a correction to make. So I heteronormatively thought it was a husband and wife. It's not. It's 2 wives, but Cade uses they them pronouns, but is referred to by BB as wife. I think it's BB, maybe Bebe. I think it's BB. It said this is my wife Cade. So both like kind of femme presenting. Cade has not identified beyond they them pronouns, so I'm going with just like maybe, I'm not even gonna say, they just use they them pronouns. So far we've gotten to the point where, and I'm not gonna spoil anything in this book for you, there was a flirting scene at the bar that Mel works at. BB invited Mel to like a brunch and Cade arrived at the bar. They're our other events, Mel has officially been asked out on a date by BB specifically. So this does set up that like they are going to be dating each other, but Cade won't be involved. And then the synopsis does mention Cade. So that's what was giving me the you, me, her vibes, because you, me, her is a married male, female, she, you know, female, he, him, she, her pronouns, and they bring another person into their marriage at a certain point. So that's what I was thinking. So that, I think, colored my view of how everything was in this, because there's no pronouns for Cade on the back. It just says partner, and I feel like I read a book where there was someone named Cade. I don't know, but Cade, they, them. BB, she, her. Mel, she, her. Mel was previously divorced, and so is kind of seeing this as like a fun time, a way to step back into the dating pool with no like big commitment factor. We have also already heard about the cocktail competition, which sounds really cool. It's like brand new, and Mel could win a ton of money and be able to open the bar they've always wanted to. So that's been very fun. I'm not wildly far into it, but I want to read more of it tonight. I'm just tired and hot, and because they were talking about cocktails, I made nothing exciting. I have grabbed this hard Mountain Dew I had in the fridge because I was hot and it was cold, and it's after work, so it was fine. What else? Oh, food yesterday was good. I got a watermelon shrimp salad thing, and it was kind of horrifying because they left the heads and the tails on the shrimp, and I was like, ah, I don't want this. It just was a little freaky because like you couldn't eat them, and the heads were already detached, so I was like, I don't need this for artistic plating. And then Krista had a pasta she really, really liked, and it was only for this week, so I'm glad we went so she could get that. And then, yeah, and we walked. So we don't, I feel like sometimes in the summer it seems like I drink a ton, and it's just because we'll like buy things and then I'm tired and lazy and I will drink something at home. But we did walk, and Krista really wanted to get a margarita because she very rarely drinks when we go out, because normally she's the driver. So she just doesn't, but because we walked, she got a margarita, and they made me this like gin passion fruit thing, because they were like, well, I was like, well, I don't really know what I want, and Krista asked. It was pretty good. Not like my favorite gin cocktail of all time, but it was good and it wasn't expensive, so that was nice. But yeah, so I will fill you in more when I've read more of Triple Sec, but I'm really, really liking it. I'm curious to see how Mel and Cade hit it off, because so far Mel is kind of like, Cade's very like, I wouldn't say stoic, but very reserved. So Mel can't really get a read on Cade, except to be like, oh, I don't know about you. So I am looking forward to reading more of it. It is very fun. I like all the characters. I think BB is very fun. Mel is a great lead, so we're following Mel. But I am just very curious, because it kind of seems like BB and Cade are in like a very like everyone kind of dates everyone environment. They are poly, like an established poly relationship, but BB does mention having dated one of their close friends for a while, and that kind of stopped. And I feel like Cade may have dated some of their friends too. So just very interesting. I am enjoying it a lot, but I have to go. I should try and eat some of this fish, and I'm going to lay in this bed and be tired. But Salem has what she needs. She's feeling better. Goose got shots. Didn't even plan on getting her, but she seems fine too, even though she got shots. But yeah, gonna go before I start coughing, and I'm going to rest, and I will see you tomorrow, probably tomorrow morning. I don't know if I'm doing coffee or anything, but we are going to that festival thing, so you're coming along so you can see the bookstore, maybe some vendors, and whatever else. So yeah, talk to you tomorrow morning, gremlins. Hello, gremlins. We are in the car. We are headed to the winery, and I have finished Triple Sec. So we wind up with Polytriad in this, which is discussed on the back. We get events that result in Cade and Mel becoming partners, which again is mentioned on the back of the book. It is a wild time though. The book is very, very steamy, incredibly steamy, the steamiest. On top of that, it doesn't actually follow traditional like rom-commy romance books. So there is no third act breakup in this exactly. There is a discussion moment, but it's not a breakup. So that's interesting. Though there is sort of a breakup, it really just doesn't follow the tropes that you would anticipate. So this is kind of like its own thing. Also, the GPS is telling you how to get to the winery from our house. But this was really, really good. Cade does identify as gender queer. We do get that at a certain point in the book.
What if I buy a city bus and turn it into an RV?
Can you buy a city bus?
Why not?
I don't know. They belong to the city?
Turn right on Bradley Street.
But we do get Cade's like gender journey and a discussion of pronouns, and there is a pretty intense misgendering element that occurs at an airport. But Cade is genderqueer, uses they, them, and in this, the term wife. Oh gosh, I forgot to give so many directions on the way there. Wife is considered gender neutral to Cade. Cade and BB have had a discussion about it, and Cade finds that term to be the most connected to how they want to be a partner. Sorry, this just keeps telling you how to get to the winery.
And I think Bennett.
I know, I do too. So my parents had a dog named Bennett. He was named after the dog in the Molly books from American Girl. And my sister always called him BB. And he has passed away, but her name is BB. It had to be done. I had to say it. But this is very, very good. I highly recommend. This is probably my favorite romance of the year. So highly, highly recommend. Also, you should watch You, Me, Her if you liked this, because it's slightly different, but still very, very good. We're headed to the winery. We're going book shopping.
I have a favorite romance of the year. It's called Clifco.
Oh, that doesn't count for another book. We were vaguely a web series. Krista was writing scripts, and in that, the character inspired by her and the character inspired by me wind up together. But that was displaced, which exists probably somewhere on the internet. The scripts.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're headed to the winery. Triple Sec, incredible book. If you want a steamy book, if you're looking for an interesting romance that's probably very different from something you've read, highly, highly recommend. We're headed to the winery, and you'll get to see the little bookstore, and then I'll end the video probably on the way home. So a lot of car clips to end this video out. But yes. So it's very hot and I'm wearing a flannel because I was tired of wearing my sunscreen shirt.
Tell them what we're gonna do today to prepare for tomorrow.
Oh, we're gonna watch the
the first two.
Yeah, the I Know What You Did Last Summer movies, because we're gonna go see the new one tomorrow.
Go see Michelle Gellar.
Woo! But yeah, so headed to the winery. Maybe I'll show you movie time before I close this out. I don't know, but yeah.
That person doesn't have the right of way.
Oh gosh, no. All right.
This truck doesn't have the right of way.
See you at the winery. Oh, gotcha. Behold, classic cars. And book. And wine. We're getting food, but it's not here yet. Hello, gremlins. I am so hot. So last you saw, we were at the winery and we got lunch. Food was, the tacos were good. The hot dog was like way spicier than we anticipated. And it turns out the mobile bookstore wasn't there. So they had used the address of the winery on their promotional stuff, but it turns out they're at the later in the day vendor booth thing for, what is it like?
In a different place of...
Yeah, it's for this like hot air balloon festival, but they used the address from the 25th on their marketing, even though they're at the one on the 26th. So we went to, Kaiju Moon is the winery. We went there because they were also having an event today. So we just assumed, since they used that address, they were just a vendor at that one. But no, we went and talked to someone who worked there and they're like, yeah, they're not here. I don't, maybe, she was like, I haven't seen them. And then she was like, oh, I think they're at the other one. And that doesn't start till later in the day. So we walked the entire like venue and got very hot. And then we got the address for where they should be later today. Then we had to go grocery shopping. And so we did that. Now we're home and we're actually going to watch I Know What You Did Last Summer, the first one, and then go back out. Because the other one, I think that other thing goes until like 10 or it's late, I think. And it goes a lot longer than the one at the thing we were at the winery. So we actually also had to get cash for parking. So we did that while we were grocery shopping. But
you bought snow overalls.
Yes, Krista bought snow overalls. We're prepping for winter already, even though it is a billion degrees. Yes, 2 pairs of snow overalls. And yeah, sorry, I'm so hot. I'm gonna drink this water. We're gonna watch I Know What You Did Last Summer 1. I would show you that, but I feel like I would immediately get a copyright restriction because the new movie is out. So we're gonna watch that and then we'll take the dogs out, get them dinner, and then we'll go to the Hot Air Balloon Festival to see the book people, because I will get a bingo on my bingo card if I see them today, which means I get something off my next purchase. So that's the goal. So yeah, we're gonna watch this, cool down, feed the dogs, and we'll probably grab some kind of food at the fair thingy. But yeah, so I'll talk to you later, gremlins, when I am possibly cooler, hopefully cooler. And we are at the fest. So even though I finished all the books, I thought you would want to see the mobile bookstore. And yeah, I will not take you to the movies. We're gonna still try to go to the movies tomorrow. But we'll end this with, with mobile bookstore and presumably the book I pick up with my discount. So yeah, I will talk to you later, gremlins. I'm so hot and so tired.
We're in the bookstore. We're in the bookstore. We're in the bookstore. We're in the bookstore. Krista's in the bookstore, but she's in shadow. Da, da, da. We're in the bookstore. I'm gonna get this book right here. Can you guess which one? I'll show you later. Lots of books. That one's flipped over and I don't know why that's gonna bug me. Let's find out what this is together. Oh, there we go. Alright, I'm gonna go before the music guy starts and I have no idea what he's gonna play. So, behold the bookstore. Behold the bookstore. And Krista picking a book. Alright, bye.
Hello, gremlins. It is the end of a very long day. We've done many things. You already saw the vendor fair. I told you we were watching the movie. My hair is wild. We then went to the balloon I'm just gonna call it Balloon Fest. It's supposed to be like a hot air balloon thing, but it was in its secondary location, and the secondary location turned out to be basically like a farm, like, because it was called something else, but it was just a farm. Like, they had sheep. And what was wild is when we got there, they were doing what we were calling Bruni trials, because there was a bunch of cattle dogs, like border collie dogs, herding sheep. And Bruni was told, like, we were told Bruni would be 35 pounds because he was so cattle dog, and he's not. He's much larger than that. But he was supposed to be the size of the dogs we saw today. But it was funny because from a distance they looked like Bruni, and so we just kept saying it was Bruni's herding sheep. So that was fun. But I got my bingo, which was the big thing that I was trying to accomplish today. Also, a date that I can't go to is also marked because she can't go because she'll be in Ohio, which is fun. But yeah, I did get some books, so I'm going to show them to you. Though I did accidentally grab the wrong one of one of them, and I feel dumb because I was holding the right one and then I thought I had the wrong one and I put it back. So I have a gift card, not for here, but I should be able to maybe find the one I need. So let's pivot you.
They only
to look at
sell
books.
it in a book collection.
Really? You can't get them separately?
You can't get that one separately.
Oh, that's so strange. So this is what I grabbed, the Cinnamon Bun bookstore, which admittedly, very cute name, has a cat on it, very adorable, but I should have grabbed the Pumpkin Spice Cafe.
But you can get
and I was holding it.
4 for $28.35. And then just give away
Oh, the other one?
Your duplicate.
Oh my gosh. Let me do some digging.
I've dug.
You
know
did.
my digging
Yeah.
skills.
That is true. Oh, I was trying to think Barnes & Noble might have it too. Like by itself. It's weird that it's just a set. Although these are popular. But yeah, I grabbed the wrong one. So I have this, and I got it because I thought it would be cute to read in the fall, and I've heard good things about the series. And then I was thinking,
you're gonna like the series anyway, so why not? I just get the set.
and it really, you can't get the.
No,
That's so weird.
the first one you can't get.
So weird. I just
get it in the set.
I just feel dumb that I grabbed the wrong one.
You can get it in French.
French?
You want it in French?
Well, maybe she'll have
Cafe
it.
comme aroma à la calabaza.
Well, she might still have it at the block party.
But that's
It's like a month away.
yeah, that's another way.
But I'm not reading it for like a month.
Oh,
Oh my
say
goodness.
that now.
Okay.
I stay up till 2 a.m. reading while my wife sleeps.
But yeah, I grabbed the wrong one. You probably heard of this series. It's very popular. Her name is, this is a pen name, is Very Gilmore. Okay.
More discussion. What's happening?
This is Very Gilmore Girls. So but I did grab, I feel so dumb. I was holding Pumpkin Spice Cafe too. And I put it back. Anyway, got this. I also got Perfume and Pain by Anna Dorn, which is very gay. I am very curious. Someone was talking about it and it sounded really, really good. And I haven't been able to find it anywhere except audiobook. And I didn't think it was huge. It's not a giant book. So I really just wanted to like get the book if possible. But my library system didn't have it.
What you will get. You will get the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. You will get the Cinnamon Bun bookstore, which you already have.
Indeed.
You will give that away to someone. It will be nice. You will get the Strawberry Patch Pancake House.
Okay.
And the Christmas Tree Farm.
Okay. And it's all for like physical books?
All 4 paperback books for $28.35, free shipping.
Okay. Lovely.
It's happening.
Okay.
It's 65% off right now.
All right.
It's done.
Someone's getting this as a gift. Maybe I'll gift this to my sister because I don't think she'll care if I give her a second copy. Like book 2 in a series.
Read
Yeah, right.
those? Okay.
Well, she's never read these, but if I give her the second book, she can probably find the first book at a half-price bookstore,
Alright.
which we don't have. Anyway, the last thing I got. Oh, did I show you the cup?
It's done. Good job.
Krista picked this out. It was a very cool cup.
It was very nice of you, Chloe.
And then this book, which I'm not opening yet. I'll give you time to read. So it's ADHD representation, queer love, coming of age story. A neurodivergent teen obsessed with superheroes writes a viral fan fiction about them, and especially his crush, Shadowstar. Slow burn with a side of snark. You may already know what this is. I don't know, but I'm not opening it right this second. So yeah, this is the stuff. I did get some percentage off because of my bingo, which was nice. But yeah, so that is the end of the vlog.
Have you read Some Girls Do? It's by Jennifer Dugan.
I think we listened to the audiobook.
Some Girls Do?
Yep, pretty sure.
What was that one about?
Can I see the cover?
2 girls in a hood.
I think
Of a
it's
car.
the one about cars.
We didn't do one about cars.
I'm very sure we listened to that one. Okay, I'm gonna end this vlog and then research whether we listened to Some Girls Do.
Go on the vlog. This is life.
Oh my god, but I can't look up Audible and hold the camera is the problem. I don't have my tripod. Hi.
Never listened to this.
I'm very sure we have.
Elite track athlete, forced to transfer high schools. In her senior year, when she comes out at a private Catholic school, and they said that that's a violation of their code of conduct, and then she meets Ruby, who tinkers with her baby blue 1974 Torino. I would know. I would remember a book about cars.
Well, we have it in Audible, and it shows listen to.
No.
So maybe I listened to it
I
before
think
we
you
listened to it. But I got it after.
Listen to a Jennifer Dugan book without me.
But I don't think I did. I do think we listened to it because we have Melt With You, which is the ice cream one, and I think we listened to that one right after the ice cream one.
One about cars.
I am very sure we listened to this together.
I'm very sure we did.
I wasn't vlogging then, so you can't even help me. No,
You cheated.
I did not. I am very sure. I will play this for her, and in a later video, you will learn whether we did it or not. I didn't. I'm very sure. No, I'm very sure we listened to it after Melt With You.
No, I would remember.
Anyway,
You listened to it
we
without
did
me.
listen to it
You
together.
cheated.
We listened to it right after Melt With You, according to
I don't
my
remember
thing.
a Morgan or a Ruby. So
You'll
no,
remember it when we're listening
cheated.
to it. I'm gonna go. So yeah, that's that. I'll let you know if we determine, but I'm
Cheater. Cheater.
what did oh my goodness. What did I read? What did I read? I read so many queer romances. That's what it was. No, we listened to it.
Coldplay.
I swear we listened to it.
I swear we didn't.
Totally listened to it. Because one of the girls had moved and it was really stressful and her parents were upset. It was like a whole thing. I know we listened to it. I'm gonna go. But yeah, I finished, kind of in reverse order, the books for that Alexandria Bellefleur series. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna hurry. Then, did you just realize we did listen to it? I win! I knew we listened to it. Well, now I'm glad we kept recording.
Because it said competing in local beauty pageants.
Yep.
I remember a beauty pageant. I don't remember tinkering with cars.
I was right. I knew we listened to it because I got it right after we got through with Melt With You. Melt With Me. That one is very cute about ice cream. But yeah, Bellefleur. Then I did Keep This Off the Record and Triple Sec. Triple Sec was very, very good. I don't know that I would say, I feel like it and Written in the Stars were pretty high up there. I will say I think Triple Sec beats it out though. But we're gonna listen to more of Love at First Set by Jennifer Dugan. It's in one of her adult romances. And drink some blackberry wine from, oh, I have it over here, from Coyote Moon. We picked this up while we were doing the other vendor portion of the day. But yeah, because the book place was supposed to be there and then they weren't. so we picked up wine.
So, viewers, something you should pick up on is I apologize to my wife for the accusation whenever I am wrong and I find out that I am wrong.
Yes.
I always admit that I was wrong and apologize.
Yes.
I am never one that tries to...
Correct. Though admittedly, if I had played part of the audiobook for her, I think you would have remembered.
I remember the beauty pageant. I don't
Yeah.
remember the tinkering of cars.
Yeah. Alright, we're gonna go. We're gonna relax for the rest of the night with the audiobook. I will... oh, what else? Oh, subscribe. Subscribe, like... I don't know that you need notifications. I always forget to turn
How do you
those
know
on.
something's on Audible? Like, this is a book that I think we should read.
Oh.
But it would be cool to, like, because it says audiobook.
We may already have that.
Make the season break?
I have to double check. It's Ashley Herring Blake's book for, it's kind of a standalone, but I'll check. But I'm gonna go. Subscribe, follow, I'm on Instagram at Cliff Go Ever After. I think that's it. If you have book recommendations, let me know, because I'm running into what is going to be a window of nostalgia for the next few videos. So it'll be very random content. So yes, I will see you in the next one, Gremlins.